By the grace of God, I wake up every single day, and the first thing on my mind is photography. All I ever knew was Detroit. Photography has shown me places I never thought I'd see. Introduced me to people I never thought I'd meet. Just the ability to see my world and everyday scenes differently is what keeps pulling me in. Being able to capture moments in time and keep them forever is what's amazing to me. When I'm 50, I'll be able to relive my 20s by breathing the fresh air of San Francisco or feeling the warm Florida sun on my face. And I'll even get a little nauseous remembering the time I got altitude sickness in Colorado. Moments that will never, ever happen again. I'll hold on to them forever. I'll be reminded of new friends and old friends that I captured along the way. And most importantly, I hope I'll inspire the kids that come from the hood to do something creative. 1, 2. Showing them it's a way out of the hood through photography, because no one ever showed that to us. My name is Vuhlandes, and this is why I love photography. Okay, so what is the goddamn deal, YouTube? It is, of course, your boy Vuhlandes back with another video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little 2-minute short film video I put at the beginning of this video. So I already released that video and put it on my channel, but I did want to put it inside of this video for the people who might not have seen it, or for the people who are new to the channel or anything. And also, I kind of feel like it goes with today's video. So today's video is going to be a talking head video, but for the sake of you guys, I'm not going to have you stare at me the whole time. I'll put other videos like B-roll and stuff of me shooting and photos I've taken to go along with the video, just so you don't have to stare at my pretty face the entire video. So the other day I picked up a book by Henry Carroll, and it's called Read This If You Want to Take Great Photographs. And even if you're a seasoned photographer, even if you feel like you're at the peak of photography and you're at the peak of what it is to be a photographer, especially if you're a beginning photographer, intermediate photographer, I feel like no matter what, a title like that always piques my interest, will pique your interest, and you would want to see what's inside of a book that says something like this. Now, today's video isn't going to be on this book, maybe sometime in the future. And to be honest, there's a lot of good things in this book, and I might center some of my videos in the future around some of the things in this book, just like in my own words and my own style or whatever. But when you read something like the title of this book, you would assume that it had all the answers in it. So when you read it and you go through it, by the time you're done with it, you're going to be the greatest photographer ever, and you're going to take great photos, which in some cases might be true, and for some people that might work out for them, or it can push you towards that and push you a little bit further towards that. So for everyone who does not know who I am, my name is Vuhlandes. I am a Detroit-based photographer from the west side of Detroit, 7 Mile to be exact. And for everybody who knows my story and what I've talked about on this channel, you already know that. You know that I never grew up thinking that someone who looked like me could be a photographer. Someone who come from places like me could be a photographer. And in one of my podcasts, I talked about how photography for some people, because I was asked a long time ago if I'm upset about the trend, like photography being a trend, or if film photography, like if I'm upset about it becoming a trend, because it kind of takes away, not in my opinion, but it takes away from people who actually feel something from photography, and people who actually take photography serious, as a passion, and it meaning something much more to them than just taking pictures. But I've always said that I don't necessarily care about how anybody else really feel about photography. For me, photography means a lot, and it does a lot for me. It saved my life. I wouldn't be where I am today without photography. I wouldn't have the love for a lot of things outside of photography without photography. So for me, photography means a lot more, especially where I come from and documenting the things I document. It means a lot to me, clearly. At the same time, I can't really make anybody else feel the same way about photography that I do. So just because I care about photography this much and I'm really connected to it and it's like my livelihood, but I can't make someone who doesn't have a passion for photography like me have that same passion, because come from different places, have different circumstances, were raised differently, eat different foods, care about different things. So I can't put what I feel and what I think photography should mean on everybody else. So for instance, a lot of people might agree that nobody wants to see a photo that's terribly overexposed or terribly underexposed, terribly composed, or anything that makes a bad photo against a good photo. For me, taking great images and taking great photographs doesn't necessarily depend on those factors to me. Like I said, they play a factor and they're very important. But for me, I feel like where a photo comes from within the person that's taking the photo means a lot more. But at the same time, I would argue that a lot of great photos come from people just taking photographs. So for the last 8 years or so that I've been a photographer, or self-proclaimed photographer, I've taken photos every single day. Now, clearly, there's some days that I didn't take photos for whatever reasons. Could have been sick, things come up, whatever. But for any other day that I was a photographer, I have taken photos every single day. And the reason I take photos every single day, regardless of the situation, even if I don't have anything to shoot, I'll walk around my house, take pictures of my water bottle, just things, people in my house, no matter what, just for fun, just to take pictures, because I love taking pictures. And I feel like learning about lighting and learning about compositions and all the things that make great photographs is a very special thing to learn. It's a very important thing to learn. But over the past 8 years that I've been taking photographs, I always just wanted to take pictures because I love taking pictures. And after a while, and the more and more I did it, and the more and more I captured the things I captured, and was able to look back on pictures I took years ago, and was able to capture moments that I necessarily wouldn't have had an opportunity of reliving without the photos, it's made me notice things like lighting and composition more and more. The passion that I have for photography all those things came secondhand, because I'm self-taught and I didn't know a thing about photography when I first started. I just did it, and I did it every single day because I love doing it. I feel like a lot of the times now, a lot of people want the success and they want the great photos, they want everything that comes with photography that people love. They want it immediately, and they look up all these videos on how to get those things now and instantly. So you buy a bunch of things that people tell you to buy on the internet, or you get a camera that your favorite photographer has, or you do the same type of photography that your favorite photographer does. And all of that is cool, and all of that definitely helps towards becoming who you want to be as a photographer, except maybe I would say the gear. I'm not even going to get into that because it's a long, you heard it before. But I think the thing that separates good photographers and like really great photographers is the passion people have for photography. Now, there's people who don't care about photography who are great, phenomenal photographers, but that's all they are. And that's unfortunate to say, but in my opinion, that's all they are great photographers. But in my opinion, is that all you want to be, is a great photographer? Do you want your name and your photography to mean something more to you? But when it's all said and done and the internet's over and everything's over and I'm not a photographer no more, to me, I want people to at least know, regardless of if my photos are good or not, whatever, I just love taking photos. But regardless of that, I do personally want people to know that I really do love photography, and it's not just because it can get me followers or money or anything. The people that I watch and the people that I follow and the people that I'm inspired by, they all, to me, love photography, and they all, to me, have this passion for photography, which draws me and compels me to look at their photographs. And I consider them great photographers because of the passion and love they have for photography, and not necessarily the great images that they make, but who they are and what they mean to photography. So all in all, I say all of this to say that the more you take photos and the more you care about the work you're making, the better of a photographer you will come. Not to say that I'm the greatest or that I'm a great photographer because I do these things, but I feel like more so than not, the people who are very dedicated to the craft and put the time in and put the work in are usually the ones that are very, very great. So I say all of that to say that just get out there and just create something. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until the next day. Don't wait until next year. If you have an idea, go out and execute it. Just go out and do what you love. I know this was kind of random, but it was just a thought that I had in my head and something that I wanted to talk to y'all about, I guess. But before we get out of here, I just want to give a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, which is Skillshare. So Skillshare is an amazing place where you can go and learn about photography. But the cool thing about Skillshare is that it's not just a place where you can learn about one thing. If you want to learn about logo design, animation, filmmaking, and photography, essentially anything you want to learn, Skillshare is the place for you. So we are giving away 1,000 premium memberships. If you click the link down in my description, you can sign up and get a free membership. So Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, which means there's no ads, and they're always launching new and premium classes so you can stay on top of your creativity. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. So a very compelling and interesting class that I'm watching right now is one by Nicholas Smith. In this class, Nicholas goes over creating inspiring art for change. Nicholas is an activist and artist, and he likes to call his work artivism, which is pretty catchy in my opinion. But in this class, Nicholas goes over connecting with yourself, creating meaningful art, and translating your reactions, and practicing speed painting. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to learn about, whatever you are interested in, Skillshare has a class for you. So the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare premium membership. And thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you are already subscribed to the channel, I am not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. But I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, let's do some more videos, let's create some more photos, and yeah, let's go do some shit. You know the vibes.